In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
Right, your question, where did God come from, assumes that you're thinking of the wrong, obviously it displays that you're thinking of the wrong God, because the God of the Bible is not affected by time, space, or matter. If he's affected by time, space, or matter, he's not God. Time, space, and matter is what we call a continuum. All of them have to come into existence at the same instant, because if there were matter but no space, where would you put it? If there were matter and space but no time, when would you put it? You cannot have time, space, or matter independently. They have to come into existence simultaneously. The Bible answers that in 10 words. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heaven, there's space, and the earth, there's matter. So you have time, space, matter created, a trinity of trinities there. Just, time is past, present, future. Space has length, width, height. Matter has solid, liquid, gas. You have a trinity of trinities created instantaneously, and the God who created them has to be outside of them. If he's limited by time, he's not God. The guy who created this computer is not in the computer. He's not running around in there changing the numbers on the screen, okay? The God who created this universe is outside of the universe. He's above it, beyond it, in it, through it. He's unaffected by it. So the concept that a spiritual force cannot have any effect on a material body, well then I guess you'd have to explain to me things like emotions and love and hatred and envy and jealousy and rationality. I mean, if your brain is just a random collection of chemicals that formed by chance over billions of years, how on earth can you trust your own reasoning processes and the thoughts that you think? Okay, so your question, where did God come from, is assuming a limited God. And that's your problem. The God that I worship is not limited by time, space, or matter. If I could fit the infinite God in my 3-pound brain, he would not be worth worshiping, that's for certain. So that's the God that I worship. Thank you.
Hello, let me tell you what it's like to be a zero.
Welcome everyone to Sunday. Sunday. I want to do something a little bit different with you. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite scriptures in Isaiah 55, 8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Finally, and a lot of people are celebrating because apparently 2020 was absolutely a disaster. I still would like to invite them to see what a disaster is when you are born in places where there is no food, there is no water, there is nothing. Absolutely nothing. But, everybody has their own concept of disaster. I believe that 2021 is going to be an amazing year for what we do, you do. What we create out of our own thoughts and actions and plans for your goals in the future. I don't think it's going to be an amazing year for what we are about to see. I think that all the pieces are put together to start the process of very tough events. I think that 2020 was easy peasy in comparison to what is coming to a city near you. I think that a lot of people look at God and think as someone that is very limited by the things that he's capable of accomplishing and doing. He's very limited in the concept of, wait, if there's a God, why bad things happen to good people? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't see any God. We come from the Big Bang, which is a dot that exploded and created everything. That was the beginning of everything, was it? The God that people want you to worship, it's someone that is very limited by our own understanding. I think that we cannot comprehend that he has no beginning and he has no end. We cannot understand his ways because it's out of this world. If that makes any sense. Because he is not limited by the limitations that we set up ourselves. We can see the things that we cannot see because he's already been there. He's already lived them. And he already understands. He already sees the whole road of your life and he knows what's best for you. I want the best for my kids. That's my will. And I can guarantee you that God also wants the best for his kids. I don't understand his will. All I know is that when you look at your life in the long-term perspective, you can see His will. And the fools tell you that there is no God. Don't let the fools tell you that you're here living a life out of nothingness. Especially don't let the fools tell you how the world was created. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.
Play the piano.
Yeah, but
All right, so when you look at a piano, you see Mozart.
I see chopsticks.
All right, well, Beethoven, okay? He looked at a piano, and it just made sense to him. He could just play.
So what are you saying? You play the piano?
No, not a lick. I mean, I look at a piano, I see a bunch of keys, 3 pedals, and a box of wood. But Beethoven, Mozart, they saw it, they could just play. I couldn't paint you a picture. I probably can't hit the ball out of Fenway. I can't play the piano.
But you can do my OChem paper in under an hour.
Right, well, I mean, when it came to stuff like that, I could always just play. That's the best I can explain.